and welcome to another 5-minute car reviews. I'm Chris, and this is the 2018 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. A little piece of Italian goodness right here in my little home. Um, well, let's start with the obvious. The Italians, they do everything just a little bit above and beyond. Um, Everything like the Mona Lisa, the Leaning Tower of Pizza. Everything in Italy is just amazing. And beautiful and tasty and fantastic. This car is really, really no different. What we have here is, um, what's the best way to say it? Oh, it's just beautiful. But not only does it look good on the outside, which I'll do a little swing around here, it also is very lovely on the inside. Eh, don't mind the bag. Ugh. Everything in here is really nice. It's got nice leather wrapped steering wheel, gauge cluster, which has got a screen in the middle and two analog gauges on either side. A navigation screen behind here. In fact, let's pop that bad boy on. Now this is an 8-inch screen behind here, and once it figures out that it needs to turn on, I'll get to the other part of Italy that is yeah, we'll get to the other part of Italy which is not so good, which is Italy is not known for its quality control. So, as beautiful and as fast and as fun as this car is, it's it's mostly very, very good. There's no panel gaps, no funniness. Car drives real well, doesn't make any weird noises, doesn't do anything funny. But there are some quality control issues that need to be addressed. And this is fairly minor, but all the doors do this. All the leather's kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but it's just sort of peeled off. And all the doors do this. This car has 71,000 miles. And you can just shut up. And it's kind of falling apart. Go figure. Doesn't seem to be doing it on the outside. None of the metal parts. It was just kind of the stitching in there. And the power seats do make some weird noises. Oh, but this is great. Check this part out. Alfa Romeo stamped Brembo brakes. How cool is that? In yellow. And on this brown color, it's actually kind of a nice spec. They did a good job with that. But enough about that. Let's talk about features. All right, basic stuff. We got the rear fog light, which I found out that is cool. Then we got automatic headlights, the automatic start stop. You know that annoying feature when you're at a stoplight and the car just shuts off? Yeah, you can turn it off here. Parking sensors, cruise control stuff here, hill descent, which I thought was interesting for a crossover. Phone stuff, radio volume, track. This is cool. Start button on the steering wheel. How can you go wrong with that? How Italian? How Italian? And if you come over here, instead of saying RPM or something, it says giri or something like that. I'm sure somebody from Italy is going to roast me for that. Um, yeah, we got your basic AC controls, automatic windshield wiper stock here, and it is automatic wipers too. And you got the little stuff for the rear too. There's a rear wiper. More stereo controls. Oh, and the DNA. I keep it in D because D is fun. Give it the D. A is for automatic efficiency, N is for neutral, and D is for dynamic. And this car is very, very dynamic. Let me stop talking about it. Let me show you. And things really start to spice up when you hit this button here. Right now it's an A for automated efficiency, eco mode. N is for natural, your normal everyday driving. But D is where the spice kicks up. That's how you know you're in awesome mode. All right. So as I'm looking for a nice place to get this thing kind of opened up and show you how that 280 horsepower turbo four-cylinder really propels this car, maybe we can talk a little bit about the history of Alfa Romeo. Because the way I see it, if we didn't have Alfa Romeo, three major supercar brands probably would not be in existence. And you're probably going, what brands are those, Chris? Well, I'm going to tell you. They are Ferrari, obviously, because Enzo Ferrari was a driver for the Alfa Romeo racing team, Scuderia Alfa Romeo. Um, and then, of course, you know the feud with Lamborghini and Ferrari. So Ferrari never made cars. Lamborghini wouldn't have gotten upset and decided to make his own car. And then, of course, a little car brand called Pagani. Pagani was an engineer for Lamborghini, and he decided to go his own way as well. So if we didn't have Ferrari, Lamborghini never would have existed. So Pagani wouldn't have had a job and might not have gotten his own car brand. So thanks to Alfa Romeo, we have some amazing cars to choose from. Now Alfa Romeo is no slouch either. It's got some very good cars under its belt too. Uh, the Giulia, for instance, which this car is basically on the same underpinnings, same chassis. So we got the Giulia Quadrifoglio. This actually comes in a quadrifoglio. God, I hate Italian. A quadrifoglio spec, which is 500 horsepower, 505 horsepower out of a V8. Or is it a V6? No, sorry, it's a V6, derived from a Ferrari V8, which is very cool. Alfa Romeo and Ferrari go kind of hand in hand. Um, let's see. It also Alfa Romeo made the 4C, which is a fun little car. It made the 8C, which was beautiful, and a coach built off of the 8C called the Disco Volante, which is a stunning little car in itself. I tell you, Italy does beautiful, and it does sensory things. Everything you see, especially in this car, everything you look at, everything you see, everything you touch, everything is just beautiful. It really is. It makes you feel really special in here. And then, of course, like I said, when you put it in dynamic mode and you hit that accelerator, you get another sensation too. A little one in the pit of your gut there just makes you smile. Now, as far as I know, this car hasn't had any reliability issues. The owner has said it's 71,000 miles, or sorry, 72,000 miles. That this car has had really no major issues, nothing that needed to be fixed, or no warranty issues. I think there was a couple recalls that had to be done, but that was minor. Um, so as far as reliability, Alfa Romeo has, I think, nailed it. And I hear the same thing about the Giulia too, which is basically the same car as this. Like I said, they are essentially the same exact car. This is just like the station wagon version of it. But this one is, like I said, 280 horsepower, four-cylinder turbo. I'll let these people through. One lane road ahead. Okay. So yeah, 280 horsepower out of a four-cylinder turbo engine, all-wheel drive system, which is biased towards the rear, so it feels like a sports car, and it honestly really does. Oh, one lane road. This is fun. But anyway, back to what was I saying? Okay, yeah. Um, I would love to drive the Quadrifoglio version of this, the 500 horsepower Ferrari mean engine spec of this car, which would be cool. But the Stelvio Q4, which is essentially just the base model, this isn't like a Volace or whatever they're calling them now. This is before all that. Um, there we go. Let me get past this here. It looks like we're coming up on a little straight section where I can kind of give her the beans. And while driving to this filming location, I was driving through a little twisty road, and my God, this thing handles like a dream. You don't think a big girl like this could honestly handle a twisty road? It's staggering to me. But like I said, the Italians do sensory things like crazy. If you want a sensory experience, and apparently a fairly reliable one, this Alfa Romeo cannot be beat. And I'm guessing the Giulia, since it's got the same car, same transmission, same chassis, same basically everything, you're going to get the same exact quality and experience. And I think that's great. Most people are hesitant to buy an Italian car just because they know, or at least history has shown them, that Italy is not a byword for quality. And like, aside from these stupid door cards that the leather's coming off of, this is actually a really well built car. And it feels amazing. And these Brembo brakes are absolutely staggering. They're super quick, as I've discovered here with this Gladiator coming through. Oh no, it's a Wrangler. It'll look like a Gladiator for a second. Jeeps all look the same from the front. All right, but we're on a straight. Let's give her the beans here. All right, we're gonna go from 0, and we're gonna just kind of see what this does to 60. Ready? Go. There we go. The turbo kicked in. We're already at 40, 50, and 60. Ooh, oh, God, I love this. I want this. I Aside from maybe having problems with dealer support, which might be difficult on this island anyway, because we just don't have the resources that like the mainland has. Oh, this is a big ass car. Thank you. Ah, fucking expedition. All right. Anyway, we'll just bleep that out. Anyway, this car is glorious. It, I don't know. I really, I was hoping to like this car just because it's Italian, just because it's an Alfa Romeo. And just a little bit of time I've had this car, I've gotten a lot of compliments like, oh my God, is that an Alfa Romeo? That is the coolest thing, or whatever, right? And this is just a crossover. It's just, it looks like an SUV. It's practical. It's fun. Oh, why would, and with the reliability not being an issue apparently, why wouldn't you get this car? Uh, well, maybe I got a good reason. It is about $50,000 brand new, but you got automatic headlights, automatic washers. You got a power lift gate, power seats. You got navigation, air conditioning, power windows, power locks, 3-position memory seats, and you get this 4-cylinder turbo that just makes the greatest turbo noises. And everywhere you go, people are be looking like, "Oh my God, that is a cool car." And for something that's, honestly not that much more expensive than say a Rav4, why wouldn't you do this? Well, I got maybe another good reason, and it probably goes down to the support. These big ass cars, Kia, Pacifica. All right, is when it does break, and all cars do. As much as I love Toyotas and their reliability, they do break. They're not perfect. But when it breaks, this might be expensive. Like I said, nothing is broken yet, as far as the owner tells me. But that might be a downside too, and that's probably why you don't buy these new. You wait for a secondhand one. You could probably get this for half of the price. You can probably get one, 25, 30 grand used, slightly used, instead of paying the full 50. And use that money and get yourself some parts. I don't know, but this car, it's comfortable. It makes you feel special, and I can't reiterate this enough. The Italians just do the sensory thing like no other car manufacturer. You know, the only thing that may come close would be like something like the Lexus LFA, where it's got that just amazing sounding engine, amazing driving experience. And I'm sure there's loud sports cars, but in this $50,000 price range, And with all the features this thing has, I, I don't know. The only better value is probably, and it's not as practical, is the Subaru VRZ. That's another amazing car. Drives well, kind of practical. It's got a trunk. You can't go wrong. But anyway, I'm going to close this out by saying get this car. If you find one, get one. If you're a little squeamish about expensive parts, well, all cars are expensive now. You might as well have some fun, especially if you're a car enthusiast with a family. This would be great. Take the kids to school in the morning, and go find a canyon in the afternoon, or just enjoy your trip to work. Either way, get this car. It's a banger. All right, I'll catch you all in the next one.